Nothing is written for bumps.
So
after the last story, just say we'll be right back.
Well, it's written, but there's no video. Because I
It's
read.
not written. It's not. I don't think there's video. Unless it's 20 seconds.
Because I read some bumps. They're
Let's
here.
do this. I don't know what else to tell you, but that's all the information I got.
9.
You guys are just gonna have to like do it. 6, 5, 4, 3.
Coming up, horrifying news out of a community college in Oregon. Find out what officials are saying after yet another school tragedy.
Hagen's locations in California are closing only after a year of buying Albertsons. Find out why.
Some members of the robotics club are working on a self-driving vehicle.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to this week's 30-minute edition of Mustang News.
Just say it.
I'm Jolis Carreno.
And I'm Clara Knapp. Mustang News starts now. 10 people are dead and more than 20 people are injured after a shooting occurred in a community college in Oregon. The incident occurred Thursday at 10:30 a.m. on the campus of Umpqua Community College in Roseburg, a town of 100 miles from Salem. The Oregon Capitol, according to a school official, the school went into lockdown after shots were fired near Snyder Hall. Law enforcement entered the school and found multiple victims in various classrooms. They quickly apprehended the shooter, although it is not clear at this time if the suspect is dead. A spokesperson for a Roseburg hospital stated that all local hospitals are on standby and that they are expecting an unknown number of patients. 2 of the injured died while being transported to the hospital. A local Oregon sheriff has stated that there is no longer a direct threat to the community.
University police released their newest crime report for the Cal Poly community. The report, with an updated definition of sexual assault and hate crimes, showed an alarming increase in reported rapes on campus. In total, 11 rapes were reported on campus in 2014, while 6 of those occurred in residence halls. This shows a sharp increase over 2013 statistics when only 5 rapes were reported, and 2012 where there wasn't a single sexual assault reported. While sexual assault numbers increase, access to confidential reporting and rape counseling has also increased on campus. In addition to increased sexual assaults, the number of alcohol violations increased sharply. Due to clarification in how the alcohol code is enforced on campus, 133 alcohol referrals and 26 alcohol-related arrests happened on campus property, compared to 0 in 2013. Cal Poly fraternity Alpha Gamma Rho is under investigation following a gathering last Thursday that has been connected to the stabbing of 1 Cal Poly student and 1 Cuesta College student. The fraternity has been on social probation since last December due to violation of alcohol registration policies. According to AGR President and Social Science Senior Kurtz, the suspect walked around the house and entered through a back door. AGR members walked to the 2 members of the suspect through punches at fraternity members, where only involvement with incident was kicking of the suspects out of the house, Kurtz said. The university is still investigating the events. If AGR is found to have been hosting a party that night, it would be violating terms of its social probation and could face further punishment.
Cal Poly is working with United Nations University to find innovative resilience strategies for the state of California to address the worst drought California has experienced in 1,200 years. Approximately 20 international scholars are expected to participate in workshops, learn by doing field trips, panel discussions, and student-led events to address the negative impacts on all levels. You can register online for tickets to conference events at calpoly.edu. A retired Cal Poly viticulture and fruit science professor has donated $250,000 to the wine and viticulture department. The donor, Paul Fountain, says the gift will be used to replant and rehabilitate 6 acres of vineyard and create funding that will pay for ongoing maintenance costs of the teaching vineyard for years to come. The new vineyard blocks will expose students to more than 100 different wine, grape, table grape, and rootstock varieties. In addition, the donation will also provide access to both research and rotational blocks in which students design and execute research projects.
I think that's where we're going to be able to see the most improvement, because it's something that we use in our classes and it's something that's really applicable to our field and once we graduate. And so it'd be nice to have a nicer teaching block.
Assistant Professor of Viticulture, Jean Dodson-Peterson, says that Paul's gift will provide students with the most up-to-date teaching resources in the area and provide a lasting impact on the department and industry.
The Dairy Science and Animal Science departments are coming together. Monica Roos tells us about how the new changes to the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences.
Starting July 1st of this year, the departments combined their faculty and their funds. While Dairy Science and Animal Science have their differences, interim department head Charles Crabb says combining the two will be beneficial academically.
The two industries, the dairy science industry and particularly the beef animal industry, are very different industries, but some of the core science is the same.
And economically.
And so by combining the departments, we gain some efficiencies, not only in the cost of administering the programs, but also in the cost of delivering the programs.
Crabb also says that the money being saved in this process goes right back to the students.
For every dollar we spend on staff or administrative cost, that's a dollar less that we can spend on the program. So the modest savings that we do get from combining the departments will go to helping cover the cost of those programs.
I really love the animal science department, so I think it's great that we're getting dairy science as well.
Students from both majors now have access to a larger range of faculty and classes.
It's going to be much easier for students in both majors to take courses in the other major. And it's because it's now one core group of faculty that are delivering both the animal science and the dairy science degree programs.
I know there's not very many incoming dairy science majors, so this way it's just easier for them to get a broader perspective with the rest of animal science because the subjects are really similar.
Even though the departments have combined, students may still apply for and graduate with a dairy science or animal science degree. Monica Roos, Mustang News.
You can visit animalscience.calpoly.edu for more information. Cal Poly's journalism department has just announced a new minor in conjunction with the graphic communication and business programs. The new minor, called Integrated Marketing Communications, will focus on combining important aspects of the three programs to provide a practical blend for today's job market. Applications are now being accepted through the Orfala College of Business Integrated Marketing Communications page. To apply, students must meet a number of requirements listed on the website. Spots for the minor are competitive. A total of 40 students will have the opportunity to participate in the program starting this winter. Applications will be accepted through Monday, October 12th.
Grocery chain Hagen declared last Thursday that it will be closing most of its stores in California. The company's announcement comes after almost a year of operating stores that previously belonged to Albertsons. According to the Federal Trade Commission, Albertsons was forced to give up its Central Coast stores as part of a merger with Safeway. And while the deal with Albertsons made Hagen a major competitor in the Central Coast, it also brought along a new set of problems. Accusations, including price gouging and lack of product diversity, have forced the company on the defensive.
Ever since Hagen came in, prices have definitely increased, and it seems like the selection has gone down by a lot.
Hagen laid off dozens of workers in its Central Coast locations. The company blamed the downsizing on Albertsons, claiming that the company was misled by inaccurate pricing data when it acquired Albertsons. So far, there have been no reports of which company, if any, will replace both Hagen locations in San Luis Obispo.
We'll take a quick commercial break. Thank you for watching.
Mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/therightseat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
That's the one. I will not be news today. I will not make another push to be the first man in space with frosted tips and a puka shell necklace. And I will not go viral when my terror is caught on camera when I finally realize that in the vacuum of space, no one can hear you sing. I'm Lance Bass, and I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Cars that can drive themselves have been a hot topic lately, with many companies releasing their prototypes and plans. Some Cal Poly students have been working on one of their own.
Our 100% project completion goal is the ability to go into an app, click on a location on a map using GPS, and have the golf cart simply drive itself there.
Some members of the Cal Poly Robotics Club have been hard at work continuing advancements on their autonomous golf cart project, which has been in the works for the last 4 years. Garrett Kubiak, a senior computer engineering student, is the project leader for the cart and explains some of the more recent developments.
We've been designing our new control board. So a few years ago, we had a board which controls all of the electronics in the golf cart, but there were some problems with it. It was our first attempt. And so now we're currently working on a much more improved version of that.
Autonomous vehicles, or vehicles that drive themselves, have become very popular lately, and many companies have been working on their own. Just by looking at the golf cart, I had some questions about how it can get itself around.
We also have our LiDAR up here, which is our main sensor. What it does is it sends out a bunch of light pulses and times how long it takes for them to get back, and it gives us really accurate distance measurements about a plane in front of us.
There's also a camera in front to help the computer sense when there's an obstacle. Another idea that the club has is to eventually have the Disability Resource Center be able to use the cart.
We were thinking about teaming up with them so that we could, say, send disabled persons on our golf cart to classes where they need to go, and no one would have to drive them around. They could just click on the map and it would take them there. But it's just an idea. I don't think we're close to actually implementing it anytime soon.
Avra Baum, Mustang News.
You can visit robotics at calpoly.edu for more information about the club and the projects they are working on.
The Fall Career Fair kicks off this Wednesday, October 7th in the Recreation Center. Students will be dressing up and passing out resumes as companies from all fields will be on campus for 2 full days of recruiting. Both full-time careers and internships are offered at the fair, held in the side gym of the rec center.
And I actually landed my internship that I had this summer from the career fair last year at the Fall Career Fair.
Companies from all fields will be accepting resumes. Recruiters take aim mostly at upperclassmen, but students of all experience levels are welcome.
I would definitely encourage freshmen to go. It's just a great opportunity to see what you're up against, and it kind of gives you a feel of the professional world and what's to be expected.
The fair starts at 9 a.m. in the Rec Center side gym. For more information and a complete list of attending companies, visit the Career Services website.
The Cal Poly Accounting Club is hosting their first ever Olympics for the College of Business. Business students will compete on a team in a series of events while networking with other business students and recruiters from businesses and accounting firms. All of the donations from the event will go toward Alzheimer's Foundation. The event will begin at 9:30 this Saturday, October 3rd at the Sports Complex.
La Guitarra California Festival was held on campus this past weekend in order to expand the understanding and appreciation of classical music in all its forms. The biannual event brings in classical guitar players from all over the world. This year, the festival presented 20 guitarists from 13 different countries, 10 concerts, and 5 masterclasses. The classes are designed for students to have an opportunity to interact and learn from some of the best guitar players across the globe.
So the festival is more than just a few concerts. It's more than just some education. It's a real 3 days of a true celebration of our guitar, and it's grown into the #1 classical guitar event of its kind in the United States.
This year, the festival is auctioning 2 guitars and 5-liter bottle of wine, and all of those proceeds will go to the next festival in 2017.
The College of Business is hosting its Fall Symposium this Friday, October 2nd. The event is open to business students interested in accounting or finance who are looking to network with recruiters from both regional and Big Four firms. The first section of the symposium will begin at 10:30 a.m. The event will go into 1:30 with sections divided based on your class level. For more information, contact the Cal Poly Accounting Club or visit their table in the stairway between the business and educational buildings.
A Cal Poly alum will be moving on to the knockout round after her blind audition on The Voice this Monday night.
I'm moving, if your lips are moving, if your lips are moving, then you're lying.
Lindsay Elm covered Meghan Trainor's song Lips Are Moving and got all 4 judges' chairs to turn around. Elm chose Gwen Stefani to coach her through the knockout rounds. Elm studied kinesiology at Cal Poly and graduated in 2014. On Tuesday, her version of Lips Are Movin' made it to the top 200 on the iTunes chart. Thank you for watching Mustang News. We'll see you after the break.
Sorry, what was your question? I believe so. Weather's next. Weather is next, correct?
Yes.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills? Check. Driver's license? Check. And a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that. You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
And now we go to Daniel for weather.
Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Joel. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to San Luis Obispo. Unfortunately, I can't say sunny San Luis Obispo this week because we're going to have some rain, unfortunately, which hopefully will help with our drought situation. As you can clearly see, Monday is going to be a high of 71, which is expected due to the amount of rain. Sunday and Monday together will be there will be a large amount of rain on those days. As you can clearly see, though, however, Friday and Saturday, on the days before, Sunday and Monday, we're going to be experiencing some sunshine, although a little bit chilly for us. Thursday is going to be a bit cloudy tomorrow, so I guess you guys should wear your sweatshirts, go Cal Poly. However, you can tell by this, the weather forecast coming next week, also that there is some weather patterns that are going to be shifting across daily basis. As you can tell from here, Thursday, October today is 81 degrees, although you can't feel it, and 57 degrees. And it was actually raining this morning. It is mostly sunny, winds at 18 miles per hour. And that is the weather for today. Back to you guys.
Coming up, we'll have sports after the break.
Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Good.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Oh my God. Okay.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
The Cal Poly football team is returning home and looking to get back on track after dropping their first Big Sky Conference game to Montana State 45-28 last weekend. The Mustangs have fallen out of the polls following losses to Arizona State, Northern Iowa, and then Montana State the past 3 weekends, bringing their record to 1-3 on the season. Idaho State is 1-3 going into the game against the Mustangs while coming off of an 80-8 loss against the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Both teams are looking to improve and get their conference record to 500 at Spanos Stadium on Saturday, October 3rd.
As you know, as a coach, I want to make sure we put ourselves in a position to be in the right spot so that we give ourselves an opportunity to play the game the proper way. And if you don't line up right, you don't give yourself that chance at all.
Kickoff is set for 6:05 p.m. at Spanos Stadium, with the game being broadcast live on ESPN Radio. Cal Poly men's soccer is preparing to open its 10-match Big West Conference schedule following an away victory against Loyola Marymount. Cal Poly closed its non-conference schedule with a 2-0 victory over LMU. For the first time in senior goalkeeper Wade Hamilton's career, he didn't have to make a save. The Mustangs' defense kept LMU without a shot on target and outshot them 11-6 overall. Cal Poly will begin conference play with an away game against CSUN on Thursday, October 1st, before traveling to UC Irvine on Saturday, October 3rd. The Cal Poly women's soccer team will open Big West play this week against UC Davis on Thursday, October 1st, following their third game in a row that resulted in a draw. The Mustangs are 4-2-4 going into Big West Conference play, with 3 out of their 4 draws being against top 20 ranked teams. Cal Poly also finished the non-conference portion of their schedule, having put in an extra 100 minutes through overtimes. Following their game against UC Davis, the Mustangs will travel to Hawaii for a game at 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 4th. After 3 straight ties, the Mustangs are looking to pull through with a couple wins to start off conference play.
Every conference game we have coming up, they're all winnable, but they're also losable. So we just need to go out and battle and play hard, and Davis at home is a very, very good team and tough to beat. So the challenge is there, but I think we're up to it.
A big part to the Mustangs' success the past few years is senior forward Elise Krieghoff, who was named Big West Offensive Player of the Week for the 9th time in her college career. By receiving this honor, Krieghoff makes Big West Conference history. She has been awarded this title more times than any other player in the 20 years of the conference. On Sunday, September 27th at Pepperdine, Krieghoff scored the 49th goal of her career, leading the Mustangs to a 1-1 draw. She is now just 1 goal away from a 50-goal total in her career at Cal Poly. As a senior, Krieghoff says she is focused on putting the team's goals first and beating each team she faces during her final season as a Mustang.
Sure, I want to score, I want to break more records, but I think as a team, we just want to get the result that we deserve because we've put in so much work, and we know that this is the last time we'll play these teams.
Cal Poly women's soccer will open Big West Conference play this week in a 4 p.m. match at UC Davis on Thursday, October 1st, before flying to Hawaii for an 8 p.m. game on Sunday. Cal Poly volleyball is beginning conference play and preparing to face some tough opponents. Coming out of the team's best start since the 2006 season, the Mustangs fell to number 11 Hawaii in a 3-set sweep on Saturday. Cal Poly is now 8-4 overall and 0-1 in conference play. Coach Crossan says the team has some more work to do coming into the games this weekend and the remainder of conference.
Increased execution and performance on our side of the net will be two main things that are going to help us give us the best chance to be successful this weekend.
The Mustangs face Long Beach State on Friday, October 2nd at 7 p.m. inside Mott Athletic Center for their first home game of Big West Conference play. Cal Poly men's basketball opens practice Friday, October 2nd for their 2015-2016 season. The Mustangs finished second among 345 Division I programs last season with just under 9 turnovers committed per game. They also led the Big West Conference in scoring defense for a 5th successive year. The team will feature one of the most experienced senior classes in program history that has made a combined 307 appearances. Their 29-game regular season schedule begins Friday, November 13th at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. That's all the sports action we have for this week. I'm Allison Edmonds. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Allison. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back. The Mustang News team had Mott Lawn hopping this morning for an event called Slow Fest.
Live music and local vendors came together on Mott Lawn today for the 4th annual Slow Fest. Mustang News journalists put on their events, including punch card for free pizza for visiting 6 booths, barbershops, ice cream parlors, and even an Uber setup shop, and offered students free giveaways and products. KCPR, the student-run radio station, was bumping tunes and directing students.
Joel, did you have the opportunity to go to Slow Fest?
No, I did not. It was a bummer. I was kind of looking forward to it, but I didn't get to do it this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad I missed out on that ice cream. Ice cream sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, some Rocky Road and some strawberry sounds really good right now for this weather.
I'm more of a chocolate person.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching this 30-minute edition of Mustang News. I'm Clara Knapp.
And I'm Joel Escareno.